Got a package from Uswe, possibly the coolest box I have ever seen. Let's see what's inside. Uswe is a fantastic Swedish company. They sent this box all the way from Malmo, but somehow, somewhere in between Malmo and Lakewood Ranch, Florida, FedEx decided to open it. So this was sitting just outside my door, wide open. But let's have a look what's inside. Oh, first, the box. I said this is possibly the coolest box I've ever seen. I don't know if you can actually see or zoom in if you're on something that you can zoom in, but it's just got loads of cool graphics on the front, dedicated to racing and hydration, bounce free. It's like a backpack, but made for winners. Super stretchy, wow, no bounce. Uswe really has all the best catchphrases right on this box. Okay, let's take a look, let's see what they sent. I mean, everybody's already seen what they sent, obviously, because it's wide open. Makes me wonder, I wonder if anything's missing. All right, nice, got a nice trucker cap. What's this? Looks like a visor. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the Uswe Pace 8 Race Vest. I have to tell you, I am pretty excited to try this. Okay, let's fast forward. I'm gonna run in this for at least the next week. I'm gonna put at least 50 miles in it before I give you my whole review. So let's go for a run. Oh yeah, it is a nice looking pack. This thing is gorgeous. All right, my friends, I have put enough miles using this vest where now I can confidently tell you about it, give you my full review of the Uswe Pace 8 Race Vest. First things first, if you've never used a race vest, maybe you've had some other kind of hydration pack, they don't all fit like a glove. This Pace 8 fits like an absolute glove. It's more like an article of clothing. The vest really becomes part of me once I snap it in and tighten everything down. It is a really comfortable feeling. It's almost like a security blanket. It's wrapped around me, telling me that my run is gonna be okay. If I get thirsty, it's got bottles in the front. So why don't we start with the bottles? The Pace 8 comes with two 500 milliliter soft flasks. So you can carry 1 liter of liquid right up front. You can see now that I have one of the bottles already tucked into the front pocket. It's got this long straw coming up, so it's very easy for me to just bend my neck down, take a sip, go back to what I'm doing, go back to running. This strap right here holds the straw in place just so it doesn't go all bouncing around while I'm running. One thing to note though, look at the angle. See how the angle is kind of 45 degrees? So it's not straight up and down. The bottle actually forms to the direction of my body, how it kind of wraps around. Just seems a very useful and different position to have the bottle. It works well. I jumped straight into telling you guys about the bottles, and I really want to talk about the material because that's a big deal. Probably should have started with that, but the material is treated with Polygene. Polygene is like a trademarked biocide, so what they're saying is that you don't have to wash it every time you use it because the biocide takes care of the smell. It's going to kill the bacteria that makes your vest smell after you've sweat in it, you've been outside, you've been running a race, you've been just out for a run, it gets wet with rain, it gets wet with sweat, it gets dirty. The Polygene is going to stop it from smelling. Now I'll be honest, when I take this thing out, all last week I was wearing it every day, I soaked it through with sweat. I wasn't gonna roll the dice and not wash it after it's been soaked in my sweat. It just doesn't seem natural to let it dry and then just put it back on again. Ew. So full disclosure, I did wash this thing after every use, but you don't have to. I feel bad admitting that I've been washing it every time because the whole idea of Polygene with the biocide is that it saves the environment. You don't have to do as many washes. But if you're anything like me, you're doing a wash every single day anyway. You know what, that's gonna be a good question of the day. How many of you do a wash every single day because of your running clothes? Okay, moving on. I'm gonna stand up, kind of cut my head out of the shot because I want to show you this method of connecting the two halves of your vest. It's pretty different. I haven't seen this before. Usually it's like two pieces of elastic, two clasps, the upper and the lower. It's like a single button closure. So you just slide together and then you unlock it by pressing the button in the middle and it just comes apart. So there's no way to adjust the size of the vest through this front button. But don't worry, there are several other ways to make sure this vest fits like a glove, fits how it's supposed to. I gotta tell you, this is the first time I've seen this kind of adjustment method on a hydration pack. So Uswe calls this the no dancing monkey vest system. And by giving it that name, what they're saying is that you don't want a monkey dancing around on your back when you're running. And this is how they have done it. We have these elastic side panels. Can you see right here? It's elastic. It's kind of like a bungee cord around the elastic that's right behind it. And basically you can just cinch this thing tight and fit it to your body. It is an absolutely genius way of coming up with a way to make sure it fits nicely. We've got another one right on the other side. Now, of course, when I first got it, it was like wide open. I was like, oh no, I ordered the wrong size, it's too big. But as soon as I cinched that in to my size, it fit perfectly. It feels so good, kind of wrapped around my ribs. But that's not it. There's another way you can adjust. So the next way you can adjust your vest is by two straps right up here. Let me see if I can find them. Get right up close to the camera. You see this? See this, it kind of goes, this cord has a little lock button right here, and when you pull that, the strap goes through and it attaches to something on the inside. It's actually attached to like the hydration pack liner. And when you cinch it tight, it pulls everything down. So the vest not only fits around your midsection, it fits through the shoulders too, and can be fully adjusted. Uswe calls this the inner no bounce compression compartment. Kind of an awkward name for it. Try saying that 5 times fast. Inner no bounce compression compartment, inner no bounce compression compartment. But whatever it's called, it works like a dream. And to be honest, when I first put this thing on and I tightened it down just with these bungee cords on the side, I thought it was good. I thought it was ready to run until I pulled these straps and it just kind of tightened it across my shoulders. Gave me a good locked in feel. Like the vest was a part of me. Okay, let's talk about some pockets, because pockets, that's why we wear a vest, so we can like stash stuff all over the place. We're gonna start at the top, just like we do with shoes, and we're gonna work our way down. So right at the top, we have 2 fuel pockets, and each one on each side is good for, I don't know, probably couple of gels, maybe 2 gels can go in there. And basically you would stuff it up in there and it stops it from falling out because there's a little lip on the inside. Moving down the vest, we've got our bottle compartments on each side, and on front of the bottle compartments, we have another kind of elastic pocket right here. Now this pocket is pretty enormous. Let me see if I can find my phone. Here it is. This is where I kept my phone when I went running. You see the phone comes all the way down to here. So that's a really big pocket on the side. Same thing on the other side, just a nice big pocket to stuff lots of stuff in there. Probably seeing these bungee cords that are just kind of floating around. These are the bungee cords to tie down your trekking poles. The trekking poles will sit at a diagonal across your chest when they're in storage, when you're carrying them. I don't have trekking poles to show you how they actually fit, but I'm sure you can use your imagination and just imagine them right across my chest. Let's turn around to the back. Now the back I'm pretty excited about. So you know how on some packs you can't reach all the pockets unless you remove the vest, you take it off, you have to kind of stuff it in. The Pace 8 has several pockets that are so useful, and one of them I haven't seen on another pack. So of course we do have our main pocket right in the middle. This is where your hydration bladder would go if you wanted to put one in here. Now it's important to know this is a race pack, so it's going to be a little more minimal than some other race vests. The reservoir does not come with the Pace 8, but if you had one, it will fit any 2-liter bladder. You can just stick it in there and then run the cord through the inside. So it is designed to carry a reservoir, just doesn't come with it. I haven't run with one on this vest. So yeah, just like all vests, you would have to take off the vest in order to access this very top pocket. But what I really like, let me reach around. You see this little zipper pull? I can pull it down. Now I have full access to this big kangaroo pocket right in the back. You see my hand moving around? The good thing is this is not awkward to reach back and be able to grab stuff. So if I had stuff that I wanted to stash, maybe I was wearing a jacket in the beginning of the race and I needed to ball it up and put it away to finish the race once things warmed up, I can easily just reach back, unzip that pocket, stuff the jacket in, be good to go. But look at this. There is also another pocket right at the base, right in here. So the opening opens up to the ground. And I'm gonna unzip it, and it's another big pocket. I can put gloves, I can put a hat, I can pretty much stuff anything I want up in there. And because of the positioning, because it's opening up to the ground, it's very easy to get my hand around the back and just stuff everything up into it and then zip it closed, and it's gonna hold it very tight right there in my back where I'm not gonna notice it. It's not gonna bounce. Everything's staying very tight because the vest is so fitted. Okay, let me just take this off so I can talk about this highly ventilated mesh. Of course, now it's summertime. Now I'm running at a time of year when things get so hot that the ventilation, it's pretty useless. Everything is getting soaked anyway, but it's good to know that it is ventilated. It's probably keeping me dry for about 30 seconds longer than I would without it. Now, if I were running in a cooler climate, I'd be very grateful to have this nice cooling mesh against my back, just to create some airflow. And on the back of the vest, we do have these reflective bits right here because, you know, safety first. Now, this next part doesn't really mean anything. This is all just me talking to you, very subjective. This vest functions like a dream, functions how it should. It feels really good when it's wrapped around my body. But also, I think this is one of the sharpest looking vests that I've actually seen. I really just love how it looks. This bungee cord adjustment system, if you haven't tried it, I would encourage you to try this. It fits really nice. And having this single connection point in the front, it just feels good. There's a lot less up front. I'm gonna say I highly recommend this vest. You will not go wrong wearing this in a race, out for your normal runs. This is a solid race vest. Guys, if you like running, if you like staying hydrated when you're on the runs, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. It just kind of tells YouTube, you know what, this is a good video. Maybe push it out to other people that might find it useful. I drop new running videos at least twice a week. Be kind, be happy, run well. See you in a couple of days.